Hey, welcome back to Document Management with CrewTracks. This is video number 2, Viewing Documents in the Field. This should be a pretty quick and simple video. I just want to make sure you know where to tap and what everything means. So first I'm going to show you on the iPad, which, an iPad or a tablet is probably the best way to use our Documents feature just because it gives you some more room. But the phone works too, so once I get through the iPad, I'll show you on the phone as well. In fact, you can skip ahead to this point if you want to go straight to the phone. So on the iPad, I'm going to go ahead and hit Work on Schedule, and that takes me right to the time clock. I'm going to skip past the time clock, time assignment, and let's just talk about documents. So I'm going to scroll over, there's Documents. I'll tap on it. Now I've got a document attached to the organization, the crew, today's schedule, a job, and a piece of equipment. You can tap on any one of those folders to see the documents that are inside. In some cases, there will be another folder inside. For example, on Jobs, I'll tap on Jobs, and now we'll have a folder for each job. In this case, I only have one job on my schedule, or at least one job that has a document. So I'll tap on that job, and now I can see the documents associated with that job. If the document icon is in gray, that means it hasn't been downloaded yet for your device. If you tap on the little I, you'll see some information about the document. So it's 8.92 megabytes. Great, I'll go ahead and close that. Let's download it just by tapping on Plans or on the icon. There it goes. And when it's done, you'll get a notification. There's my notification. So if you've got a big download, you can let it start downloading, go do something else, and then you'll get a notification when the document is done downloading. Now that it's downloaded and it's blue, I can tap on it to take a look at this document. So on the iPad, you get this preview pane. So I can see the first page of the document. I can even scroll on the bottom here through all the different pages. But it's important to note this document isn't open yet. If I want to open the document, I tap right up there on Open Document. And from here, depending on your document, you might have some more useful features. Like up here on this little book icon, if I tap on that, I get an index of the document. And I can tap on any one of those items in the index to jump to that page. Again, that's just if your document has an index. If it doesn't, you can always just use the bottom here to scroll through the different pages. You also have this little handy button right here that looks like 4 squares, and that'll give you a tile view of all the pages in the document. So now I can just scroll through all these little thumbnails of the document, find the page I want, tap on it, and it'll open that page. You also have the ability right here with this little magnifying glass to search the document for something. So maybe I'll search for, well, you can see on the page that I have open right now, it says proposed building. Maybe I'll search for that text. So I'll type in proposed, and it's already jumping around to different results, different matches found for that search. But you have these little arrows on the top right and top left where you can tap through all the different results that match your search. So I'm just tapping through some of them here, and you can see there's a bunch down there on the bottom right. So it's just jumping through those. Now it's on the next page, and it'll just jump through everywhere it finds the word proposed. When you're done with the search, just tap anywhere in the document to close that search bar. And now you can see the menu again on the top. This item here is for editing the document. We'll talk about that in the next video. And this last item on the top right will lock the document and stop it from rotating. Sometimes a document will get scanned in the wrong way, and you want to view it horizontally, but it's scanned in vertically. If you tap that little button, you can then turn the iPad vertically or horizontally, and the document won't rotate. If you unlock it, I'll show you. If I now turn this iPad vertically, it tries to maintain that orientation, and it still shows me the document in kind of a horizontal mode, even though I have the iPad oriented vertically. So I'll turn it back horizontal, hit that lock button, and you can't really tell that I'm changing it here, but I've just rotated my iPad vertically and nothing's changing on the screen. So if you want to be able to move the iPad around without it rotating on you, just hit that button, it'll lock. Alright, when you're done viewing the document, just hit close on the top left. And now if I need to navigate to one of those other documents, I'll just go back here where it says Jobs, and then back again to Home, and there's my top level folders where all my documents are stored. So for example, maybe now I need to go into Organization and look at this JHA. Again, keep in mind this document isn't open yet, so if I wanted to start filling out this document, I can't do it right here. I can pinch and zoom and look closely at the document, but if I want to start editing, you got to tap Open Document, and now you can tap on the field and start filling it out. But again, we'll talk about that in the next video, editing documents. For now, let's go ahead and close this document by hitting close on the top left. We'll go back to Home. And I think that's about it for finding, downloading, and viewing documents on the iPad. Let's take a look at the phone. Alright, here's that same schedule on the phone. And pretty much everything I just told you about the iPad is also true on the phone, but I'll review it really quickly just in case you skipped ahead to this part of the video. So I'm going to scroll down and select Work on Schedule. That takes me right to the time clock. I'm going to skip past the time clock, time assignment, all this stuff you already know. Let's just open up the menu and go straight down to Documents. Here's my list of top level folders where all my documents are stored. So looks like I have one document each for the organization, the crew, today's schedule, a job, and a piece of equipment. So let's take a look at jobs, for example. When I tap on jobs, you'll then see a list of folders for all the jobs on your schedule. In this case, I only have one job, or at least one job that has a document attached to it. So I'll tap on that, and there's my document. If the document hadn't been downloaded yet, it would look gray. And I'll show you. If I tap that little I can actually remove it from the device. And now it's like it hasn't been downloaded yet. So if it's gray like this, it means the document hasn't been downloaded yet to your device, and you can just tap on it. And while it's downloading, you can actually go do other things, because once it's done, it'll give you a notification to let you know that that document has been downloaded. But since this one downloaded pretty quick, I'm still right here on the same screen, so I'll just tap on it to open it. Now this is a difference between the phone and the iPad. There's no room on the phone for a preview pane, so when you tap on a document, it's just open right away. I get all these buttons on the top like I did on the iPad after I hit Open Document. And again, I'll just real quickly review each of these buttons. This one here gives you an index, if your document has an index. I'll close that. This one here gives you a tile view of all the pages in the document, so you can scroll through those thumbnails and choose which page you want to look at. This one allows you to search the document. I'll search for the word proposed like I did before, and it starts jumping right to the results that match that search. I've got these arrows on the top right and top left where I can jump through all those results that match my search. And then I'll just tap anywhere on the document to close that search bar. Next is editing tools, and we'll go over this in the third video, editing documents. I'll just hit that little X to close that. And the last item here is the rotation lock. When I tap that, if I turn the phone, even though the phone is sideways, the document doesn't reorient to try to be right side up for me. It just stays in the same orientation that it was in before. So as I rotate the phone, I can actually rotate the document instead of the document constantly trying to right itself and be right side up again. This really helps if something gets scanned in the wrong way. You can lock the rotation, turn your phone, and view it the way you want to see it. So I'll turn my phone vertical again. And if I undo that lock and I turn the phone, now it's going to rotate horizontal for me, and this is probably a better view for this document actually. But again, if I wanted it to stay oriented the other way, just hit that lock button, and when you turn the phone, it won't adjust the orientation of that document. Alright, I'm going to turn my phone vertical again, and when I'm all done viewing this document, I'll just hit close on the top left. Now if I need to navigate to a different document, I'll just hit jobs here to go back to my jobs. Hit home to go back to the top level, and here's all my folders for my documents again. So let's take a look at the organization documents and tap on this JHA example. Like I said before, on the phone, as soon as you tap the document, it's open. So I could tap on one of these fields and start editing immediately. But again, we're going to go into more detail on editing documents in the next video. So for now, let me close this document, go back to home, open up the menu, and I can navigate around to other parts of CrewTrax. So that's about it for viewing documents in the field. If you want to learn about editing documents, check out video number 3. And as always, if you need any help from us, reach out anytime. We'd love to help you out.